Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Tina and I'm real happy to be here to share this with you. So I recently posted a picture of my mat that I use filled with wax seals, and I've had a couple people reach out to me and a request to kind of share what I do. So this is going to be just a beginner basic video. There are so many things you can do with wax seals, and I'll share some of those at the end to kind of grow. But these are going to be standard 1-inch round wax seals, 1-inch round. So your seals first. This is a standard 1-inch round wax seal. All right, it's just 1-inch round and it has a seal on it. All right, there are all different kinds. You can get seals in ovals, in shapes. This one is a flower one. You know, all different kinds. See, here's an oval, and we can do lots of things. I'm going to share some of that later, but I'm going to first talk about basics. All right, my work surface is a glass board. I really love my glass board. I made wax seals way before I had a glass board, but in case the question comes up, no, I do not think you need to have a glass board. I think the silicone mat is the most important, and I mean, maybe I could make my seals directly on my glass board, but I'm not going to. So silicone mat, mine's from close to my heart. I've had it forever. You want it to be flat. The wax is so specific, like it's so sensitive that if you have like a little lump or a little kind of groove, like maybe this, it will change the way your wax pulls. All right, let's talk about some basics. I have some 1-inch seals. You do not need this many. One will do you fine to get started. A bowl of ice. I don't think I'll ever do wax seals without ice after trying it. Wax seals into the bowl of ice. And they don't have to lay flat on the ice. They will just kind of pick up the ice. All right, I'm going to talk about some markings. Over here, I have 2 wax going. If you buy a little introductory kit, like a beginner kit that kind of like has everything, you'll get a thing of wax that looks like, let me find, here you go. And I buy these, you can buy these too. All right, you'll get one of these. I actually think this one is from my beginner one right here. You'll get one of these to go with it. I just don't have these on yet because I don't want them just sitting there cooking. And I actually have 3 because 3 can keep me very busy, but I'm only going to do 2 for the video because I kind of want to explain a couple of things and get everything in. All right. So before I start doing all the fun stuff and going over everything, I do want to say never leave your flame unattended. This is an open flame, so you want to be safe with that and be mindful of that. Always watch it, always be careful, and never have it under something. So you can see that I have a shelf that's right here. They're on the other side of that. I use regular tea lights, like from the dollar store, but you can use whatever kind of tea light you like. Trim the wick. That's a big one. Don't burn yourself. All of this gets hot. This is going to get hot. This is going to get hot. These are going to get hot. So just be really careful. You don't want to burn yourself. All right. Those are my big tips before we move on. All right. Some supplies. Your burner. The starter kit is great. It's not going to include paper towels, which I love. You can also use save your tissue paper from Christmas if you normally just throw it away, and you can actually use the tissue paper to wipe this off with too. True story. I had a piece of tissue paper and I didn't have one of these and I used it real quick. Okay, then you're going to need some wax melts. If you buy a little introductory kit, you're going to get these. I buy wax and they come in little bags like this. This is a lot of wax. It might, when you get it, it might not look like a lot. It's a lot of wax. Then off to the side, I've been making some, so I have like my little wax containers. I dump my bags into these. I have more than this, but okay, there you go. And I have this little scraper that I really love. I got this in some mats that I bought for my Cricut, and I really like this. This one's really good. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put our little things on, and remember, this is just basics to get you started. I'm going to share some tips while our wax melts and point some things out. The first thing I'm going to do is just a regular run-of-the-mill melt. So that it means I'm just going to use always 4 to get started. 4. I'm just going to put 4 beads in here, wax beads, and make sure that those wax beads are not on top of each other and they're all touching the little brass thing. I'm going to do a red one while I'm at it too. And for the red one, I'm going to do 2 of the red, the regular red that I have here. And I'm going to do 2 of this darker metallic red that I have. And I can see it's not flat. So there we go. I'm just going to fix that. All right. So while I have that, I'm going to go over a couple of things. You can also buy these not just in the beginner set, but if you're looking to get all the different colors and you don't want to buy, 8 different colors of green or 6 different colors of green, but I buy a lot of my wax on Amazon. The other thing I want to say is if you want higher quality seals, you want to use higher quality stuff. I really like where I am with my seals. They're fun. I'm not looking to do professional grade seals. I'm looking to have fun making them, share my love of crafting, and make some of my cards a little special that I send out, and I enjoy what I'm doing. But if you want higher quality, you're going to want to buy higher quality wax, use higher quality products. You do not need all of these, but I am going to share a couple things about your seals and kind of getting started. So I always start with 4 beads, unless I'm putting it on top of something like ribbon or flowers. This one was great. So, I mean, dried flowers, but look at this here. See these long, this one here I think is perfect. That stamp right there. Let's see if I can pull it out. And you could put a wax seal right there. So you can use your stamped images and use things that you have and do those as well. This is some fiber that I have in my drawer, and I added that. I think I'm going to make a bunch of these. I like this one. All right. So there's that. But after you pour out the first ones, you may be able to go down to 3 little drops, or you might need to stay at 4. Okay, I actually had to stop recording. All right, let's talk about marking your seals. You can mark your seal at the top or at the bottom. When you have a seal that you might do like this with the ribbon, now this one's just an X, but you can imagine if the flowers were at the top, maybe you have some dried flowers in there or a feather or something, you're going to want to make sure that your wording or your design or whatever it is perfect. I mark my bottom because I will do seals. This goes beyond what the camera can see. I pulled it down, and I will fill my entire mat. So my angle of sight is better if I mark the bottom, but mark yours wherever you like. I find the seal, rotate it, mark the bottom at that 6 o'clock mark, let it dry, and it's good to go. All right, so marking your seals can really help you not mess them up. Okay, this has been melting for a while because I had that little break. There we go. All right, so we're going to do that now. Play with your colors. We're going to talk about that a little bit during the video. If you mess up a seal, reuse it. You may have noticed in my little seal or my little wax drops case that I had some little pieces in the little area. Let me see. It'll make more sense if I show it to you. These here are messed up seals. See this? This is a messed up seal. I cut it in 4ths because I use 4. And now they're just drops. I put them in here because I love to mix my colors, so I don't put them back. But if you can always just put them back if you keep all your colors separated, so you don't want to do that. Always watch your wax melting or melting. Always watch it. Once again, I can't say enough about the silicone mat. Keep your area clean. The stamps being cool are such a big plus because your seals are going to set. Okay, let's go ahead and dive in because I have shared enough. All right, so I'm going to swirl this one around, get a really good mix on it, and I am using a long toothpick that I have used for a really long time. Okay, like I've used this toothpick, I don't even know for how long. All right, and we're just going to pour it out, straight pour, and just let the wax go whatever it wants to go right now. There's always going to be some wax that stays in, and then I'm going to wipe it on this. I always like to wipe it off. I don't want anything dripping down in there. I'm going to grab my seal, put it on, let gravity pull it down. You don't press unless you're on top of ribbons or flowers or something. Let gravity pull it down. Okay. I'm going to reload this with 2 of this color and 2 of this color. Okay. Actually, 3. We're going to put in 3 of this color. I'm going to do one on top of the ribbon for you. And I just want to make sure once again that all my wax is against the brass portion. Okay. For this one here, I'm going to do a swirl. So I'm going to take my toothpick and I'm just going to kind of swirl it around a little. And this is going to give us a marble. Okay. That is a marble effect. And I'm going to pour it out. If you mix it all the way, you'll get a solid color. If you swirl it around a little bit like that, you're going to get a marbling effect. All right, I'm going to grab this Christmas tree that I have here. I'm going to do the exact same thing. You have a limited amount of time to drop these in. The wax will start, getting firm pretty quickly, and then you might not get as good of a design. Okay. I have some washi tape on some of these. You'll notice I have a couple with washi tape on them. I need a lot of birthday ones. So these are my birthday ones, and I am setting up to do birthday cards for this year. As soon as I get done doing my Christmas cards, I am going to go right into my birthday cards. I took a year off from birthday cards, and I'm ready to go back. I also love keeping my seals in these, and why I'm using the silicone mat, so this goes right in. This has green in it, but I'm going to be adding some blue. These are my colors that I'm actually getting rid of right now. So I'm getting rid of these because I'm going to be going to a new one. Can I get in there? Oh, sometimes I need to, I can't, they're like just right there and I can't kind of get around them. All right, I'm going to drop 4 in. I always use 4, but you might be able to go down to 3. Okay, I'm going to play with these a little bit and then kind of give you the basics. Okay, so what I do is I make my seals on these mats. And I like that. And then what I do is I add stickers to the back of my seals so I can use them later. So I almost never pour my seals directly on my envelopes or on whatever I'm making, whatever I'm using them for. I mostly use seals just for envelopes, but I have put them on some bags to make gift bags. I've done little boxes that I've put a wax seal on. And if at all I can, I will make them on the silicone mat first. It's just what I prefer. Okay, let's talk a little bit of basics we're going to swirl this one around. This is that one that has the metallic and the regular. You can see we got a nice marble effect. And this time I'm going to use a little bit of glitter. I'm only going to show a couple of techniques. This one is glitter. I think this might be the one that I put 5 in though. This time I'm definitely going to put 5 in here. All right. I have this red going on here. We're going to do a reindeer. I'm going to take a little bit of glitter and sprinkle it on the top. I think that was a 5 one, so that's going to be a big. I definitely need to put 5 in this one. That was supposed to be the one that I took out, but we're going to go ahead and just go again. I got to show the glitter on that one, so we're good. I'm just doing a mix and definitely 5 beads this time. And there we go. They're all touching the brass, so I'm good. And now I'm going to go to this one. Okay, look at this beautiful color. So you have to decide if you like them all one color. You're going to want to clean it every time. I'm going to do that right when I'm done this. But look how pretty that is. Let's see if I can pick it up. Oh, that one's pretty. Okay, and now what you can do is add other kinds of glitter. Okay, so this time I'm going to put the glitter on the outside of the thing again, like I did with the chunky glitter, but I'm going to use a fine glitter. So this is the fine glitter. This comes out a lot more. Keep your area clean. That's fine glitter. I'm just going to grab this happy birthday one and drop that in. And there we go. This time though, for this, I'm going to add glitter directly to my melt. I'm going to make another birthday one. I'm going to just stay with the blue. And let's use some of this color here. And one of these. We'll do a nice mix. I think those are all pearls. No metallics are in that one. So the glitter is going to show a little bit more. Your glitter will show more if there's no metallic. Now, I do not like putting the glitter over the fire. So I'll bring it here and add my glitter. Because sometimes it can get a spark. Added that glitter. I might want to put a little bit more in there. There we go. A little bit more than that. All right. And we'll just let that melt. And then I'll show you a glitter one. And I'm going to set up this ribbon one. really quickly. So I just take 2 pieces of 3-inch ribbon that I cut on an angle, and I'm just going to do a crisscross. This is the simplest one to do. Little crisscross is all you need. I'm going to use this Merry Christmas up here. I'm going to try to get that a little icy while this is going. And while that's doing, I'm going to show you about these little seals. I'm going to put this in, the link for these in. But what I do is because I don't ever pour on there, I'm always looking to put little seals on the back of mine. So what I do is I just turn them over. You peel these little stickers off. I stick them on, I flip them over, and I just go like that. Just give them a little rub to make sure that it has stuck to them so you can peel it off. Little rub, that's it. And I have cut all of these down. I want you to know when you see this little container. I have this little container a friend gave me, and I've kept it. And I cut all mine down to this size and put them in here. And you can see how many I have. I have so many. And we're just going to flip them all over. And normally I do a whole sheet. So if you want to see what a whole sheet of these looks like, pop on over to my Facebook page, and I have a picture posted, but I'll post some more. This one here, I used some gold foil. Not my favorite, but I used it. I don't tend to use it a lot. I tend to like the glitters. Okay, there you go. This is all you do. And then when you want to put these on later, let me grab one of my Christmas cards that are waiting for these. Okay, when you want to put these on later, you simply grab them and they sit a little there even better. You peel off the label and now they're soft stick. And that's why I don't pour on my envelopes. Ta-da! Then they're ready to go. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish these 2 off. All right, so I have the red. Let me bring that over. And this one's going to go on top of this ribbon. I did the swirl that I really like. And I'm going to put a tiny bit down first and pull back up. This is to just kind of let that kind of sit and stick together. You'll find not as much with this tiny ribbon, but in particular if you're using like dried flowers or the paper, this does help. Okay, and now we're going to pour the rest of it. And you need the extra, in particular if you're using stuff that sticks up, this ribbon lays flat. But if you have something that doesn't lay as flat, you're really going to want it. All right, I'm going to grab this and I'm going to add a little bit of chunky glitter to this. That back there, and watching that mark that I have, laying it in. There we go. It's going to sit. Okay, so for the glitter one, this will be our final one. Let me blow this one out. There we go. And I'm going to clean that in just a second. So for this one here, I want to mix all that glitter into that and kind of mix this around. There we go. Super pretty. Now this is a super fine glitter, but this was all non-metallics, and the glitter is just going to be awesome. See what we have here. I have some silver bells. Well, they will be. Oh, I have a snowflake. Oh, I could have laid, well, the fiber you do exactly the same. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put this down. And this is it. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean these off. Remember, these are hot, so I just like to use paper towels and wipe them all out. And I will use my paper towels for as long as I can. I actually have 4 doubled up here, and I normally like them. Like I have 2 halves. That's to protect the heat from going through. I really am only getting the top one dirty. This is kind of more just to keep the heat from going through, if that makes any sense. I find that helpful too. Okay, and then you're done. Now, what I like to do is fill my whole mat, so I keep this super busy, and then I take my seals and I put them in their respective little containers so I know how many I have. And as they cool, I take them off. Excuse me. I like to take them off as they cool. There's that one. And this one. All right, I'm going to share one more thing. And let me just go ahead and pop these off. One of my favorite things to do with my seals when they're done. You may have noticed that some of my seals have these colors on them. White's my favorite. The white is my favorite right now. Okay, well, what I use is, let me show you my pens that I like. I've had several different kinds. These are my favorite right now. They're these metallic color pens. You get 12 different colors, but I really feel like the white, the silver, and gold are super important. The white, I didn't know how important the white was until I got it and fell in love with it. But I have these other ones as well. So I'm just going to show you how to use these. What you want to do is you want to go super easy. I have a brown in here. I'm going to pull for this deer one. And you want to use a really, really light touch, and you only want to color the raised. Is this the gold or? Yeah, I think this is the brown. You only want to touch the raised portion, your raised seal portion. So a nice light hand, go around. You may need to do 2 coatings in some area, like let it dry and then come back. So you can do that. Now I'm going to, I want to finish this one off so I can show you fancy. A very light hand. It's better for you to go light and then come back. Now, I am more than happy to do more wax seals videos because I really love wax seals. And it's like, I don't know, there's like a nice stress relief with them. I'm looking forward to doing more stuff with them. Been streamlining my crafting lately, and that has taken me a lot, but I'm looking to go into 2026 with a new craft mentality. Okay, so if you ever need to dab it, a soft cloth will work, and just your finger. I'm using my t-shirt because I don't wear an apron. And then you can come back through and add a little bit more. But if you're having trouble defining your letter because it filled, it's better to get it off so that you can make out, your words and all. You want the juicy pen, but then it comes with the downside. Okay, there you go. All right, let me go ahead and pull this one off. I'm going to show you 2 next to each other, even though they're not the same color. So these are 2 red ones. This is without, and this is with the color. And the ribbon, of course, but there they are. So you can really do a lot with these. And then I want to show you, this one here was the glitter ones. All right, so this one here was metallic with glitter. You can see that. And then this was the snowflake, and you can hopefully pick up all the glitter in it. This was no metallic, but it has, so you can really see the glitter. By the way, the white, let me show you this with the white. The white, I love the white pen right now. I'm going to send winter cards out just so I can make these. I really, really like these. This would be pretty in the scrapbook too, but there you go. Okay, guys, I hope that these basics will help you dive in and try to play with some wax seals. As I mentioned, I'll go ahead and put some resources for where I got mine. They'll all be from Amazon, but there are a lot of good quality wax is out there. This is something that has come back in the last few years. So that means we have more resources for them. So check out what's out there. Have fun. Never be afraid to try something new with your crafting. As a creative person, you need to create. So there you go. Feel free to leave me any questions or just leave me a comment and say hi, and I'll make sure I get back with you. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help me out here in the YouTube community, and I sure do appreciate it. I'll see you back real soon for some crafty goodness. Bye-bye.